can I just extend a very warm Cowley welcome to you this morning, and thank you for your application. We've had 54 applications. We did a long list of 12 last week to a short list of 8. You will also have seen in the bump that came out to you the current developmental status of the Maths department. You should have had that information. You should also have had the information about the job description and the arrangements of the day. And really, for the first hour, you've got to find out as much as you can about the Maths department.
Should we not be silly?
Miss, you just step forward and say
No.
it. Just stay there.
No, there's nowhere to step to, is there?
Yes, sir. Does they say now, Miss?
No. We say it when Michael. Take your time. Remember the commas and the full stops, right, are there for a purpose. What is the whole point of choral speech? What is it supposed to sound like?
One voice.
One voice, which means we don't want anyone galloping ahead. 3.
The flattered flying
Oh,
fish.
now let's say it as though it means something, shall we? 3.
The flattered flying fish.
Good. 3.
Said the shark to the flying fish over the phone.
Will you join me tonight? I'm dining alone. Let me order a nice little dinner for 2, and come as you are in your shimmering blue.
Said the flying fish.
Fancy remembering me and the dress that I wore at the porpoise's tea.
How could I forget?
Said the shark in his guile.
I'll expect you at 8.
And ran off with a smile. She has powdered her nose. She has put on her things. She is off with one flap of her luminous wings. Oh, little one, lovely, light-hearted and vain, the moon will not shine on your beauty again.
Good. Okay. How do you pronounce S-H-A-R-K?
Shark.
Do you know, I didn't think it was shark. Because that's what it sounded like. Said the shark. Shark. No, not shark.
Right, this is actually the main hall. It's not actually large enough to take huge assemblies. Most of the main assemblies would be in the sports hall. And at the moment there's the art display for the assessment. We won't spend too much time now because during the interview time we'll have certain gaps and it's quite close to where you'll be waiting.
The shark to the flying fish over the phone.
Will you join me tonight? I'm dining alone. Let me order a nice little dinner for 2. Come as you are in your shimmering.
The quadrangle in the middle, basically all the classrooms go around on that side, and we've got some English, history, different areas of the department.
What goes on inside the quadrangle?
Well, a lot of growth. That's right. They're on some environmental studies, so the idea being that rather than keep the quadrangle just as something that is there to look at, it actually has some use in actually going in there. Weather station, to actually go in, there's a pond somewhere. At certain times it looks more like it'd be useful for a Vietnam movie, but other times it looks quite nice.
See Charlie Sheen come to the back.
And some in the hall, what's always usually nice is to actually look at the names. At the moment, obviously, they won't mean too much to you. But when I've seen some of the reproduction of what I put on the board in some of the books, and I think, well, is there something right with this child or not? And then you have to come here and see what they can produce. And you have to then go back and say, well, look, if you can produce nice stuff like that in art, why are you producing these diagrams for me? Now, I don't want to get you back into school, but if you just want to take a seat, I have thought I might rearrange the table, but this will do. I do like to put pictures to when I'm talking, and I think it'd be simpler if I try and explain the way I put together the scheme of work. So, Actually, there's a bit of further maths on the board to impress you there rather than simple adults.
And say to yourselves, can the magic powers I gave myself, will they help us in this situation? So that's a good way to start, isn't it? Look back at your early work. What magic powers did I give myself? Will they help me? Okay. Is anybody else not up to that point? You're not. Well, Mrs. Ted. And you're all right, are you? Feel happy with it? Right? So what we're doing, will you remember to just stick to those instructions that Louise read out? Just how are you going to get everybody from one side of the river to the other? If you're not up to this day, don't worry, go back and catch up.
Work out safest road out.
No. Route, right.
Out of the dungeon. Escape with the... My name's Deanne Turnbull.
We've got the plans and the
Chess. I now live in St.Helens. The third.
And
at the third, you have...
now the spires have got to get the chest and all its contents safely there. Now, you're the leader.
Well, I tried to read it, but I always get muddled up. And when I'm trying to read it, I just can't, and I feel all silly inside that I can't read a word. Slim slick.
Right.
Sometimes letters don't make sense.
What sort of powers? What are the magic powers that you've chosen?
I can go back and forward time.
Back and forward. Right.
Alright, Janice. Show the people, Janice. Just say it.
He picks his nose and
By the way things are going, it may be that somebody might be concentrating. I'm sure you don't mind, Mr. Noble.
Are you allergic to anything? Nope. Good. Right, do you suffer with eczema or asthma?
Nope.
Good. All this is a little bit of solution on your arm.
Okay?
No? And then all we do is just press that on, like that, and it's done. 1 minute, well done.
Didn't notice all that.
Didn't, did it? Eh? It wasn't too bad, was it? I don't want you to touch this now because it needs to dry on its own.
Right.
All right?
Yep.
Good girl.
You going out with Belle? No, I want to go out with Stephen Basher. Oh yeah? Stephen Basher. Hello, he's disgusting it. There's lots of us all go around together at dinner. Joanna never shuts up about her boyfriend. Jane and Joanna. And they're the two best friends I've got.
Do you go out with anyone? Do you go out with anyone?
Yeah, you do.
Do you want one? Do you want one?
Staying here for a bit. I'm always in trouble. My name's Craig Barton, I'm age 13. Mum and Dad want me quieting down a bit, so I'm going to try.
Bad boys, what you gonna do? What you gonna do when they come for you? Bad boys, what you gonna do? What you gonna do when they come for you?
What about Deanne's progress so far since she came into Cowley?
Well, I think the best progress that Diana's made has been in this area where I was concerned about her being anxious.
Right.
Now, it was a particular form of anxiety in that it was just connected with learning. You know, if you just sort of said, turn to page 16, she'd start needing her hands and getting distressed about it. She was perfectly relaxed with her friends and with other adults. It was just when she was learning. Deanne has a particular problem that I think Mr. Borg might be able to help us with, and I can give you an example of it. For instance, the essay was entitled At the BECA. Now that really worried me. Where was she? And when I read through, she was at the seaside. So again, BEC is not such a bad phonetic attempt at beach. But she knew there was an A in it somewhere, so she'd added it at the end. And I think Mr. Borg might be able to give us some help with... Yeah.
Okay. My team's West Ham, West Ham.
Okay, you've met
Mr.
Mr.
Cowley
Ryder.
again. Okay, good afternoon to you. Pleased to meet you. Please sit down. Okay, hope this will be a painless experience. You've had a good chance to look around the school this morning.
Yeah, I really like it. It's very nice.
You did? Okay.
Yeah.
Can I just take it then, at this particular moment, Mr. Cowley, that you're a firm candidate for the post?
Yeah, definitely, yeah. I really like to work here. At the end of last year, unfortunately, I didn't get a job.
Right.
So, and one of the things that I had in feedback from one or two interviews last year was that I haven't got experience working with low ability kids. So I thought it'd be good if I could go into a special school. And I saw one on my teaching practice, and they asked if they wanted any help in that school. So when I got back to Nottingham, I decided, it'd be good to work there.
Okay.
Yeah, just in terms of when you were doing your degree and stuff, and you obviously moved on to the PGCE, but when about did you get the calling for maths teaching? When about did it happen? And are you happy that you made that decision still?
It was about, in the second year, I thought about jobs and things, and one of the things I thought about was teaching.
Now then, Craig, did you see your mum yesterday?
My mum, sir.
Or your dad?
Yes, sir.
What did you tell them?
Nothing, sir.
How do you mean nothing? I told you to tell them something.
No, sir.
I told you to tell them about you ripping that girl's bag, didn't I?
Yes, sir.
And how I was going to have to try to get it mended.
Sir.
So you haven't told them at all, have you?
No, sir.
Why not?
Forgot, sir.
No, you didn't forget. You didn't forget. You just didn't tell them because you didn't want to, did you?
Sir.
Because you know I never forget, do I?
No, sir.
No, sir. What's your mum's number?
595.
Will she be in now?
Don't think so, no, sir.
Pardon?
Don't think so, no,
There's
sir.
no harm in trying, is there?
No, sir.
595, right? I should be ringing your mother, right? Or your dad now, right?
Sir.
I should also be sending a letter home if I don't contact them. So you, tonight, you tell your mum and your dad exactly what you've done. All right?
Sir, if they're not in now, I'll ask them to give you a ring after.
How will you ask them to give you a ring if they're not in now?
Because my dad will be at work now, sir.
Well, how will you ask them to give me a ring?
When I get home after
No,
school.
I'll send them a letter. Okay? If I can't get in touch with them, I'll send them a letter, Craig.
Thanks,
All right?
Yes, sir.
You do what I told you to do.
I like travelling a lot. I also like ice skating, and I did that at university as well. In the special school, I've helped with open days. We had an open day, and also school discos. So that's out of school time. And so, I mean, I feel that it's an essential part, and I really like to be involved in it.
Okay.
I think there is a vacancy for an ice skating coach, you know. We're definitely short of one of those.
Have you sort of learned a number of strategies for teaching the class and keeping them in order?
I mean, I learned a few strategies in classroom management of discipline. For instance, trying not to confront a pupil and trying to, if you're going to punish a pupil, try and punish them privately or sort of one-to-one in the classroom, not by really shouting at them. And
not showing them up in front of everybody else, you say?
Yeah.
It's your man. Give him the job, that's what I say.
I'm not a teaching practice at the moment, so I don't see my tutor at all. And my actual other reference is in another school. Actually, keep like on ringing up and say thanks, just like sending off words.
Is that Mrs. Barton? It's Mr. French here again, Mrs. Barton. Don't sigh. I know.
Well, I've got a postgraduate grant to do a PhD in astronomy.
Yes.
So the first year I spent mostly reading up on my subject.
Right.
which was galactic dynamics.
yes.
So I was like doing n-body simulations on large mainframe computers. So it meant 3 years of programming, basically, a lot of night work.
Right.
And in the end, I went over to the States in the last year, spent some time in New Jersey at Princeton.
So at some point then, during that year presumably, you made a decision to go back to London and to train as a teacher.
Yeah.
How did you come upon that? Was that sudden? Did you sort of look up one night and some star inspired you?
Oh, what happened? I actually applied to work in the oil industry because I thought I wanted to use my programming skills, and it seemed quite flash, you know, to work on a North Sea oil rig, you know, doing data analysis of seismic surveys and stuff like that. So I applied to all the main oil companies, but I didn't put all this in the form because you don't put everything down.
Okay, but just to quickly go on then, and you then ended up at the end of that year in Antigua.
No, I did, before that, I did a probationary year at Ep2 High School.
Right, okay. Yes, we've got that.
The castle has not been on us. It's all part of Bartlett's job, isn't it? You're listening to this on the... I hope nobody noticed of a painting of wallpaper bushes.
Derek and Derek, the boys in blue, we will paint anything for you. Might make a mess of it.
So you to paint. Oh, I'm not going to get
no, we've done all three.
All three. Well, it looks very effective. That's
See
obviously the in
what
colour.
we're using? We're using paint brushes for papering. Wallpaper brushes.
But you make such a beautiful job of it.
Talented.
I know.
Talented.
You've always been talented, haven't you?
We've been plumbers today, we've been plumbers,
drainers, fencers, electricians, editors.
See, I've always said we're very lucky to have you two.
Eh? Well, I keep telling you that.
I know you do.
Been basically solely in charge of introducing Key Stage 3 and how we're going to assess it. And I negotiated with the head teacher, and we felt that we wanted to have SMILE as the core of the school. And I presume you know how SMILE works, I don't have to explain it. And I think that, you know, for that school in that area, that is a very successful strategy, because it's an area where there's a lot of demotivated kids, and you can you can see that after 2 years of sort of regimented type environment, they've switched off.
Well, Dave is a problem, isn't he? And he has been a problem. I mean, I've got a list as long as my arm here out of the files. We're going back 18 months.
Right.
And I mean, we've both you, I and Brian have taken every move with him. I've seen his parents, they're very supportive, very keen, very eager to help. I've had them in with the head. They can't give us any reasons to his behaviour. I mean, he isn't basically a bad lad.
No,
he just can't control himself. He's just hyperactive, if you like. It's just his indiscipline within the form room. He craves attention all the time.
And if he's in a one-to-one, does he improve? Or?
No, he's not much better. He's not much better there. 1-to-1, 30 to 1. He craves attention all the time.
I'm suggesting Thursday the 13th of May for Craig to see Mr. Ball
and
first, and then Mum and Dad can come in at 11:30. Normal procedure.
Yeah.
This is the last one. She just gone in now. I come out about 25 past, I think it was. Which actually was quite quick.
Yeah,
because I didn't go in.
Hopefully by
half 4 then. I didn't go in until like 5 past, 10 past. So I wasn't in it.
I obviously impressed him very quickly.
Never mind.
Yeah,
don't get the job. More to come, hopefully. Cup of coffee. What do you think of the displays? Very nice, aren't they?
I didn't actually. I was watching the cricket.
So how many applications did we have for the maths?
I think at the last camp, because they were coming in even to Friday.
Yeah.
And when we broke up, I think in the afternoon we had a couple of extra ones. I think it was something like 70 odd. It's a lot. But that just shows, doesn't it, that the market, the number of jobs that there are, not great anymore.
No.
There are more people looking for posts and fewer.
How am I going to get a job?
Well, I don't know. We'll write you a good reference.
I thought whether or not to ask Mike to do a reference. But I don't know whether it wouldn't be better coming from the head of the school where I'm doing my placement. The whole concept of education and the way it's going is different from how it was when I was trained in the 1960s. I think it is easier to go into a job as a 23, 24-year-old straight out of college, university, than it is as a 44-year-old mum. Well, I feel that, you know, anybody receiving a letter like that is going to be intimidated. So I feel it's not the sort of thing that one advertises on a primary application, really, that one's been a secondary chairman of governors,
yes,
really.
It could be off-putting. But,
well, absolutely, yes. But there was a job advertised at a school in Knowsley, and I hummed and hawed about whether or not to apply for that, and thought, it's in Halewood, and that's a very bad area. I'm a coward. I bottled out of that.
A good lump of disappointment.
Hey, gentlemen, listen. Have we got this practice now?
Yes, sir.
Mr. Midler's taking you?
Yes, sir.
Mr. Morgan?
Yes, sir.
Now, remember, best performance tomorrow night.
Yes, sir.
Gotta go well. Of course I'm coming. What do you think I'm doing? Has he picked the team yet, Mr. Midler's?
Yeah, it's up outside his nose.
Oh, well, I'll go and have a look now. But listen, good early bed tonight, right? Good early bed, everybody ready, everybody fit and well, okay?
Over here. Okay. Just let me say that we've come to a decision as far as today is concerned, and I have to say that you were all very, very good candidates. We have appointed one of you today, and we've also appointed one of the other two people that we saw previously who was unable to come today. And the person that we've appointed today is Mr. McCure, okay? And I hope that, as Mr. McCure indicated earlier, that he was a firm candidate, that he will accept the post. Okay, lovely. If you'd like to go through with Mr. Owens, we just have a further word. I'll just...
all the best to all of
okay.
you. Thank you.
Okay, lovely. Just like to explain now that you've got your expenses in this page.
It makes life so much more comfortable later on. A few pennies in your pocket, a few qualifications, a swagger in your step, and you're looking up, everything's looking forward, isn't it then?
What's your dog called?
Tosh.
Tosh?
Yeah.
What sort of dog is it?
Rottweiler.